Well, and then there was one. This is our last small group session here in this series of tough sayings of Jesus, and I think it's been great. We've been able to handle some pretty difficult things as Jesus really one by one handles things that we have a hard time letting go of, truthfully, in our lives.
Yeah, you know, we talked last week about, in our home group study, about our time and our stuff and ourselves, and those being some untouchable areas that we have. And Sunday you talked about our stuff as being one of those areas that creates one of those stumbling blocks for us. And tonight we're going to see another passage where Jesus encounters a different man who his schedule gets in the way of that. But you know, it's interesting. You know, you wonder sometimes, like, why did Jesus only recruit 12 disciples? We hear about the 12 disciples all the time. Yeah. You know, why did he stop there? And you know, that's the story tonight. There's actually going to be 3 more people that we see that encounter Jesus, and he's, you know, they're saying, "Hey, can I be your disciple?" And he says, "Well, are you willing to do this?"
Yeah.
And you know, we remember some of the disciples leaving him the first week. You know, eat my flesh and drink my blood.
Right. Yeah, it's important that we understand that, because I think he's genuine in that. I think Jesus is genuine in come and follow me. Like that, what he says to those disciples, those people, is the exact same thing he says to the 12. There is no difference in the verbiage. And so I think he's legit in that. And what we see then is that Jesus is offering himself. And I think that if anybody truly was given the opportunity to be discipled, like truly to be discipled one-on-one with Jesus, I don't know anybody that in their right mind wouldn't jump at that opportunity, especially a child of God. Like, yeah, I want Jesus to disciple me, you know. And we think a lot of things that questions and things in our life would be solved if Jesus was in person right here. But the truth of the matter is, Jesus has already offered that. Through his Spirit that ministers to our spirit, he has offered through his word to disciple us and to grow us into his image.
Yeah, and so, you know, tonight when we talk about this man that comes up to him and says, well, first I need to bury my father. And you know, Jesus responds, let the dead bury their own dead. Yeah. You know, I don't, you know, I think the guy's talking about like a bigger cultural context, right?
Yeah, I don't think he's so much talking about like, hey, I need to have this funeral. I think he's really just kind of him-hawing around of, hey, there's this obligation, there's this I have to do. My dad is sick, and so let me wait on him. Let me take care of him. And really it seems to be he's just kind of kicking that can down the road of, I'll follow you, Jesus, but wait for a little bit. It doesn't fit into my schedule right now.
And the thing we see with that so many times is there's always something. There's always something for somebody that today I cannot abandon my responsibilities and follow you, Jesus. Right. Today I cannot forsake myself and follow you. Well, whenever that passes, it'll be something else. Tomorrow it's going to be something else. Yeah. 10 years from now, it's going to be something else. And until I get in my heart that I'm willing to follow you no matter what. Yeah. And Jesus is trying to say, no, there is no nothing else. It's me and me alone.
Yeah, and again, it's priorities, right? Like the kingdom of God takes precedent over anything in our physical life. We have established that, whether that's our things, whether that's relationships, whether that's our schedule, all of these things, the kingdom of God holds precedence over, and we've got to get that straight in our minds and in our hearts.
Yeah, so as we transition into our group studies tonight, I want everybody to take a look and just be candid and honest with each other, be honest with yourselves over what are those things that are barriers to you becoming a follower and a closer follower of Jesus.
And think about this too, like Jesus, I know it sounds like there's a lot of barriers. Like I know he is really rattling them off. Remember, inner circle stuff, but he is really rattling some of these difficult things off. Remember what the goal of Christ is. The goal of Christ is to have that none would perish. Right. This is a better way to live our life. There's a way to care for our families. There's a way to organize our things. There's a way to pattern our resources that is going to not only make our lives better, but it's going to make us more effective for heaven as well. And so the end result of that is the betterment of that disciple.
Yeah. So have fun in your group discussions. I hope you have some growth in these discussions.
Yep.
And I hope this is challenging you as much as it has challenged us over the last
That's
4
right.
weeks.